September as we welcome Jim Kirby to the desk with us right now. We talk about things that really make us proud. Stivers, Ford, Lincoln, Downright, proud to salute great organizations.
So we heard that song coming in. Instead of putting on dancing shoes, I think we're going to be putting on some running shoes.
That's right.
For an organization we're talking about today.
We're going to put on our racing spikes too.
There you go.
Okay.
Next Level Iowa.
Next Level Iowa. Most people would recognize my partner, Mike J., his voice of the Drake Relays. Okay. Mike does a great job. He's needed all over the country doing his PA announcing, and he and I got together and decided that these athletes, especially the ones from Iowa, just don't get the recognition that they deserve. And so we've dedicated a lot of our time, our website and our podcast, trying to cover and promote all these great Iowa athletes and these great stories that I think just they fall by the wayside.
So what is Next Level Iowa?
Next Level Iowa is a website.
Got it.
www.nextleveliowa.com. And it's also a podcast that we do.
Same location?
Yes, exactly. You can catch it there. And what we do is we just, a lot of it's results, like this last week, cross country's the big sport right now, but we do track, college, pros. A lot of people don't realize how many professional athletes are from Iowa. World champion Jenny Simpson's from Fort Dodge. A.G. Kruger, an Olympian, he's from Sheldon, Iowa. Lisa Ewell from Fort Dodge, an Olympian. Yeah, and so there's so many that
because you hear a lot about football, baseball, you hear those scores and what those athletes are doing, but you don't always hear a lot with track and field.
Right, granted, it's not a very big money-making sport. It's pretty pure. There's not a lot of, hype around it.
But can they make a decent living running?
Yeah, once kids get out of college, they can turn pro. Like Nike might pick them up, or Brooks. They compete in the Diamond League overseas, which draws huge crowds.
Well, Europe track and field is
absolutely
big.
Yeah, right. And so Jenny Simpson, as I mentioned earlier, she went to the University of Colorado from Iowa. She ended up world champion, and competes all the time in the Diamond League and does make a pretty good living. And it really is something, and that's a story like that just doesn't get mentioned very often.
You don't hear very often.
That's right. That's right.
Now, is this podcast daily, or how often does it update it?
Weekly. Actually, we're going to record it today. It's a weekly thing. It's 30 minutes. Mike and I get in there and usually have a guest. We're going to try and get a guest today. Frank Kennedy is a little guy from Iowa City. He went to Grinnell. He's battling cancer now. And Frank's just such a great personality, and here's a story. He's a D3 kid, went to Grinnell College. And it's easy to get the Division I people, and they deserve it, but also these Division II, Division III, NAIA, junior college kids. There's so many stories that we want to cover.
Yeah, because a lot of these D3 kids, they are running for the love of running because they don't get athletic scholarships.
Right, and we have these national powerhouses like Wartburg, just perennial powerhouses. Every year they have a national caliber team, men's and women's. Central College, all these little D3 schools that are doing such great things, like you said, Lou, for the love of the sport.
Well, where did your passion come from?
I coach at Dowling. I'm the cross country coach for the girls, and I coach track. And so you just get down there and you just fall in love with the sport, especially when you are surrounded by this atmosphere. Mike J. can make any race sound like it's the world championship. I'm telling you.
That helps. It's a lot of fun, a lot of energy.
And that's really how I met Mike. I had an athlete by the name of Katie Flood, and she went on the University of Washington.
We heard of her.
Yes, you did.
And national champion. And so I remember when she was a little bitty freshman, 70 pounds, she won her first 3,000 meters, and I just about cried. The way Mike J., the atmosphere and his call. And so I wrote him a letter, and ever since then we've been pretty good friends.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And a great way to salute some amazing athletes from Iowa. We're saluting where we're from and the great athletes that come from it. So remind everybody when they can check it out, when they can hear the podcast.
We're going to record our podcast, so it'll be on the air tonight. www.nextleveliowa.com. Come and join us. Find us on Facebook. It's a lot of fun.
There you go.
All right.
That's simple.
Great. Thanks for what you do. That's great.
We appreciate it. Thanks for having us.